In the United States, healthcare is very expensive and can especially be a financial burden for students with chronic conditions or who experience an accident or illness. Having health insurance is imperative so that you do not incur thousands of dollars in out-of-pocket expenses for medical or mental health services. In this webinar, we will introduce health insurance terminology as well as provide real-life examples of how health insurance coverage applies toward your healthcare expenses. First, an overview of terminology. Please note, you can find an in-depth health insurance terminology glossary on the UChicago Student Health Insurance website. Premiums are the amount of money that you pay each year for the cost of your health insurance. The deductible is the amount that you need to pay each year before your insurance plan starts to cover your medical costs. The annual out-of-pocket maximum is the amount of money you must pay yearly for medical costs before your plan starts to cover all expenses at 100%. The deductible is included toward the annual out-of-pocket maximum. Co-insurance is a percentage of the cost of your treatment that you are required to pay after your plan's annual deductible has been fully paid. A co-pay is a fixed amount that you are required to pay up front for certain services, and then the insurance will cover the remainder subject to the level of co-insurance. For example, a doctor visit might have a $20 co-pay at the time of your appointment. In-network refers to the doctor's, hospital's, or other provider's relationship to your insurance company. If a provider is in-network, they have an existing agreement with your health insurance company, and you will typically pay less in out-of-pocket costs. If a provider is out-of-network, you will usually pay more. Finally, an explanation of benefits, commonly known as an EOB, is a statement you receive from your insurance company after you've received medical services. The statement is not a bill but rather indicates what your insurance plan will cover and what will remain as your out-of-pocket expenses. Your final bill will come from your healthcare provider after the insurance company has sent its share of the payment. Here is a real-world example to help you better understand insurance terminology. Let's say that John has an injury requiring 2 doctor's visits. Under John's health insurance plan, he will have to pay a $20 co-pay at the time of his visit to an in-network provider. The provider will then bill his insurance the cost of the visit, in this case, $7,000 for the first visit and $4,000 for the second. John has an annual deductible of $400 and his plan has 10% co-insurance, so for his first visit he will pay $1,078 equals the $20 co-pay, $400 towards the deductible, plus 10% of the remainder, or $658. For his second visit, he's already met his annual deductible, so he will only owe the co-pay of $20, and the co-insurance amount, which here is 10% of $4,000 less the $20 co-pay, or $418. Now, let's say that John is very, very unlucky and has another injury requiring 2 more doctor's visits that plan year. He already met his deductible with visit number 1, but he has not yet reached the annual out-of-pocket maximum. This means that for visit number 3, he still owes the 10% co-insurance or $484, plus the $20 copay. However, for visit number 4, John has already incurred over $2,000 in out-of-pocket expenses for the plan year, so he no longer has to pay 10% of his costs because he has now reached his annual out-of-pocket maximum. For visit number 4, he therefore has no out-of-pocket costs. As this example demonstrates, it is important to look at the amount of the annual deductible and out-of-pocket max on your insurance policy, as those factors will determine how much your insurance covers and how much you will have to pay out of pocket each year. For additional information about insurance terminology, visit studentinsurance.uchicago.edu.